안녕하세요.
Hi everyone.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a different sort of video. This will be me putting away my photo cards that have accumulated over the past month and a half. Today's video, we are going to be putting away some 17 photo cards. We are going to be starting a new collection, which is Stacy, if you can kind of tell by the items in front of me. And we will also be putting away, actually I think that's it. I just have Hoshi 17 and then Stacy. Yeah, all right, so let us go and open up this very full box. I've already gone ahead and sleeved the photo cards as I typically do. If you're wondering why I sort it like this, it's because they get stuck when I put them how they're supposed to be oriented. Okay, so this is my stack. She is rather large. These are the first few items that we'll be putting away, so let's go ahead and move this to the side. All right, this is my binder full of basically any group that's not Treasure, 17, or Hoshi. I've redesigned it a little bit in anticipation for some new people that I'll be collecting and then collections that I will be expanding. But yes, I will touch on that later on. For now, we will just go ahead and flip to this page right over here. I have this empty and 9-pocket page where I will be putting away these 2 photo cards. So I'm going to be collecting Issa from Stacy. She wasn't the member that first caught my attention. I would say that it was probably Jay or Yoon, but I really love Issa's voice and I think she's adorable. So yeah, here we are. I pulled this from my own album and then I traded for this. It was such a pleasant trading experience because I don't really collect any groups that aren't, well, most of the groups that I do collect have a bajillion photo cards. But for a rookie group, and especially, I feel like female groups tend to have less photo cards. Well, that's not true. I guess Aijwan and Twice would be examples against that. But yeah, it was really nice because I just had to literally trade for 1 card, and I won't be collecting her non-album photo cards, so her fan sign, pre-order, all that stuff is not something that I have to look for or pay for, which is a big relief for my wallet. So we have these right over here. I don't know what I want to do with these. I guess I'll just stick them in here for now. I will be reorganizing this later on, so that's fine by me. And then because there are these 2 larger inclusions that came with the album, a photo film strip and this square shaped postcard, we are also going to be grabbing a sleeve. Here we go. Make sure it's oriented correctly. And then we will get these items in here. I'm really excited to see what new music they'll put out in 2021. I know they just debuted really not that long ago, but I hope they have a comeback soon because I want more music by them. In the meantime, they've been releasing these covers that are fantastic. They just released one the other day of Billie Eilish. Is it I Don't Want to Be You Anymore? I can't remember, but it was a really great cover. So yeah, this is my newest collection and she's all set. So we will go ahead and move on to the next. All right, now we have my Hoshi binder and we just have these 3 cards to put away here. She is real thick. I had to upgrade this binder because it was getting too full. And I've been having, I don't know, I've been having issues with the rungs. The rungs of the binder. But I guess that's to be expected for like a 3.5, or is it 3.5 or 4 inches? I can't remember. Anyways, the first item we'll be putting away is this fan sign card from Qingdao, which I believe is a Chinese store. And it's from one of the fan signs from an ode. With this, I am just missing one last card, and it's the HMV card that features Hoshi wearing a beret, and that'll go in right over here. That is on its way to me from Mercari, so just waiting on that last item. I have a Yizuyu, or Yizuyu, I don't know how you would say it. My Mandarin is pretty trash. I speak Cantonese, but my Mandarin is awful. I have this round 3 photo card that's going to go right over here. I don't know how I want to put his cards for semicolon yet. I'm still waiting on getting a few more before I make that final decision. But right now I have this page going on right over here, which is just Hoshi doing his Harange pose, as well as a fan sign kind of card, not fan sign, a fan site card, and then a freebie that I made. So there is that all set. And finally, we have the last group photo card for OTU Japan. Oh my goodness. Okay. Here we are. I have it in this cross layout. I don't really have a big preference. I will say that I normally tend to go for like X type layouts. But for this one, it just looked better because I had these 3 that were all very similar, and then these 2 that are similar but a little bit different. So before filming this, I just kind of experimented and then changed my layout to this. Most of the time I do like something like this, but it really just depends on the photo cards themselves. So that is all it for Hoshi. I know I don't have a million Hoshi cards to put away. It's a huge surprise to me as well. And we will go on to the last binder, which is 17. All right, so on to what will be the bulk of this video. So yes, I have a lot of photo cards, and yes, they are all 17. Some of these cards I've already unboxed on camera. They are these ones right over here, which are the You Made My Dawn cards that I showed in my December collective haul video. I also have this one an ode card because I've decided that I'm going to be collecting half of all an ode photo cards. So one color back and one white back card for each version of an ode, which is a lot, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it's going to be a slow collection. It'll be something that I work on when I have the time to, meaning when there's not like a whole lot of comebacks. So yes, I've already started to join some group orders and make progress on that, but I do have this one Sungwon photo card that I don't know if I just had this from like a previous Mercari haul or something like that, but I was originally going to sell it, because I now need one of his whiteback Hope cards. I decided to keep it and add it to my collection. So here he is. And then I have this giant stack of You Make My Day cards. So I actually got these yesterday in the mail. I made this order in November, and I talk about the details of it in my January collective K-pop haul video because that's when I filmed me opening it up. Just to kind of recap a little bit. I don't want to be like repetitive, but also you guys won't see that video till later, so you guys might be like very confused about why I bought 78 photo cards in one fell swoop. I've known that I wanted to collect all OT13 sets of this album for a really long time. The only issue, of course, is time and money. So I saw a listing from a reseller who was selling the entire set for a really good price, basically like $3.50 per photo card. So I have been thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, and then I finally decided to buy it because You Make My Day is probably my all-time favorite era from 17. Sonically, it would probably be You Made My Dawn. And I also really love Teenage / Director's Cut, but in terms of just like overall concepts, aesthetics, photocards, albums, and all of that, You Make My Day is just, it's just like the cherry on top, the best. Sorry, I don't have a better way of describing it. So yes, I knew that I wanted the entire set, so I bought it. It was a lot of money, but like I said, if you divide the cost, it's really not too bad. So we will be putting away these photo cards, we will be putting away my You Made My Dawn photo cards, and then after this, I will not be collecting any earlier OT13 sets. These were kind of just like the ones that I've had my eye on. Obviously, I do collect OT13 newer things, meaning like I'm collecting, or I collected Semicolon, I did Hangare, and I will probably be collecting some form of OT13 for their next album, but it will not be to the extent that I'm doing for, sorry, I'm like blanking out right now. It won't be like fully OT13 unless they do something like they did for Semicolon again, where it was just 2 photo cards, and I will not be collecting any eras prior to You Make My Day. So Teenage, Director's Cut, Boys Be, all of that, I will not be collecting full OT13 sets. I'm aware that I'm saying this right now, and I very may well change my mind because 17 has a way of making me do that, but that is my intention, at least for right now. So we are going to put away the meat version first because this is my favorite set. I just think that the concept is simple and so wonderfully done. All the cards look really cohesive and really nice next to each other, so yes. Let me make sure that I am kind of in the middle somewhat. Okay, that should be good. Yes, kind of going off of what I was saying earlier, I've changed the way that I collect Hoshi and 17 so many times this past year. It's almost laughable. When I first started collecting Hoshi, I had every intention of not collecting everything, meaning that I did a lot of research and looking at templates and basically picking out which photo cards of his that I wanted to collect. And I even have like journals and pieces of paper where I list out the number of photo cards and the specific ones that I wanted. Obviously, that is no longer the case. I am a crazy Hoshi collector, I admit it. But yes, and that was kind of me with 17. I had every intention of only collecting partial sets and things like that, but in the end, I am here with 1,000,017 cards. So that's where life has taken me, and I have no complaints. I really love collecting 17. They are my favorite group to collect, and part of it, yes, has to do with the fact that I'm a stan, but it has to do with the fact that they're just so easy to collect. And there's a few things that go into that. So first off, they're pretty easy to find on Instagram, and they're really easy to find on Mercari Japan. Meaning that if I can't find the card that I need on Instagram, I can just like buy it on Mercari, and that's so convenient. And not something that I see a lot in the other groups that I am trying to collect, although maybe that's just my own experiences. Yeah, they are, I mean, I think people recognize that 17 is a popular group and that they are the 3rd most popular boy group. This is not me trying to brag, but me just stating the fact that they are the 3rd best-selling boy group right now, currently, after BTS and EXO. But because they're not like hugely popular in the West, I think a lot of people forget about that and forget about how much of a reach they have, especially in countries in the East like Japan. 17 is so popular in Japan. I cannot, like, words cannot even begin to describe how popular they are. They have broken so many records in Japan. Their albums are consistently on the top of Oricon. I don't know if that's actually how you say it. Top of the charts. They do really well. Their physical album sales are crazy good for their Japanese releases. So there's obviously a lot of photo cards and merchant items that float around in the market there. And it makes their photo cards pretty affordable. Obviously, their older stuff is expensive, and they have like really expensive photo cards and broadcast cards and event cards and things like that. But they, again, just like having Mercari as a place that I can go to if I need a photo card is so convenient. And yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I like collecting them. The other thing is that they are, well, how do I put this? While there are popular members of 17, they're also pretty well distributed. Like, I know lots of people that collect all the different members, and there's lots of people that collect many members in 17. And I feel like that makes it a little bit easier if you're trying to trade off what you would call less popular members. And oh my goodness, I just completely, sorry, I'm like on autopilot right now. I just started putting away his You Make My Dawn photo cards, which is not what I wanted to do. So let's go ahead and take these all out. I'm sorry. I was on such a rant that I did not even realize. Back to what I was saying though. Yeah, there are some groups where like one or two or a handful of members are just so wildly popular that it is pretty much impossible to find their cards at a reasonable price or to even like trade for those cards. And groups that, or a group that comes to mind is Treasure, and it has to do with the fact that I collect Junkyu, who is by and all probably the hardest member to collect in that group. And it gets to the point where like when Treasure has a comeback, my first emotion is not, well, my first emotion is joy because yay, more Treasure. There's also concern because they have been coming back so frequently these past few months. I hope that they get a break after after their first full album. But then like the most immediate feeling is like anxiety because collecting Jinkyu is such a hassle. What am I doing? What is going on here? Okay, so I did ribbon back and then I did color back. So I should do ribbon back next. I'm so sorry. I am not thinking right now. I'm just manually on, I'm on autopilot putting away photo cards. Okay, so I'm flipping through. We are going to do ribbon back and then color back. Take number 3. We will get this. So yes, the most dominant feeling that I have when I go and start preparing for Treasure's comebacks is always like, how am I going to get Junkyu's cards? Am I going to be able to trade for most of them? Am I going to have to buy? What am I going to have to do? It wasn't so bad with the first 2 releases. Like I was able to trade for all of Junkyu's cards, and all the extra albums that I bought, I just like sold those photo cards and everything was fine. Chapter 3 though, for whatever reason, was just, it's been a lot harder. I had to buy a few of his cards, mostly just the K-Town one. I guess I just only had to buy 1 card. But I don't know. I have this thing where like if I'm buying a bajillion albums, my goal is to, you know, get enough photo cards that I can trade for the cards that I need and then I can sell off the rest. It kind of defeats the purpose for me to buy a bunch of albums and then also have to buy his photo cards. So because of that reason, I've kind of changed up the approach that I'm going to take for the first full album. I'm very excited. The concept photos look really cute. I am praying to the lucky stars above that they finally include Going Crazy in the CD because it's been long overdue. And it is a travesty that that song is not available on Spotify. But I'm mostly just a little bit wary of collecting for Treasure for the album. I guess we'll see how it all goes. This is not me hinting that I'm going to be dropping Treasure anytime soon. I have no intention of dropping my collecting for Treasure. I just don't always love trading for Treasure. And that has nothing to do with the community. It has nothing to do with the group. It's just all about my experiences from chapter 3 mostly, I would say. Yeah, so sorry for that really long rant. Back to 17. I love collecting for 17. And I actually was thinking about picking up a second member to collect, which I am not planning on doing. It was really between, do I pick up a second, maybe even third member, or do I do more OT13 sets? And I went with the OT13 sets, which is why I'm doing half of All an Ode. And the reason for that is because, well, one is that I don't know who I would collect for my second member. I do have a bias line, and that's Minghao, Dokyeom, and Vernon, but I don't know, I would just feel so bad collecting a second member and not the others. And the fact that like I'm constantly bias wrecked by all of OT13 really on a daily basis just makes me want to collect everybody. So that was kind of a big reason why I didn't do just like a second member. And then the other thing too is that because I do have a lot of OT13 sets, and because Hoshi is not factored into the equation when I do those sets because he has his own binder, it works out really nicely that I can fit all the cards onto 4 rows on a 9-pocket page. And then if I were to do a second member, I would have to take his cards out, and that would just leave me with like 1 short. So yeah, the other reason why I did not end up doing a second member is kind of a cold, pragmatic reason, but I really don't want to have to deal with that. So sorry, no second member, just more OT13, which I'm really happy about. I did have Dokyeom's photocard templates saved on my phone though for like 2 months, and I may or may not have looked at it all the time while, you know, mulling over the thought of collecting him. So yes, I'm very, very happy to have these cards. They are so cute. And then moving forward, I will be doing an ode, and then of course whatever comebacks 17 will have, which I'm sure will be many, because that's just how they are. So that is all of You Make My Day. I'll just go through it pretty quickly before putting away You Made My Dawn. Oh my goodness, Meat is just phenomenal. I love Meat. It's probably my favorite collective set per 17. Oh my goodness. So cute. They're just the loveliest boys, and they deserve everything. And I love 17. Yes, so now we will do You Made My Dawn. I also really like the cards from this album, not as much as You Make My Day, but they're still very cute. And this album in particular is probably my favorite album in terms of songs and choreo. Yeah, songs and choreo. I think Home is just like a perfect title track. Oh my goodness, so cute. I love this Wanu photo card. Oh my goodness, it deserves to be framed and put on a shrine somewhere. Yes, so after this video, I actually will probably have a few more coming out because I have some, or maybe just like one coming out soon because I do have 17's Seasons Greetings on its way to me. It should be here, well, it was supposed to come in a few days, but I think it might actually come today or tomorrow because it's already arrived at the facility that is normally the last stop that it goes to before it comes to my house, so we'll see. But unfortunately, I just need Neokio to hurry the heck up. They've actually already shipped it. I'm just waiting for FedEx to hurry the heck up so that I can get my package and then film all the videos that I want to film. I am expanding a few collections, meaning that I kind of went from I'm only going to selectively collect this member to, okay, I'm going to maybe more broadly selectively collect this member. And then I decided as well that I'm going to be collecting a new group. They are a rookie group. I wonder if you guys can probably guess who it's going to be. I'm not going to mention it right now because I'll mention it in the video. But yes, it came as a surprise because I don't normally stand rookie groups. But over the course of 2020, I have now decided to collect 2, Stacy, of course, and then this new group. And then, yeah, so this is it for this video. Thanks for watching me rant and fumble with photo cards. My 17 binder has just grown by like a quarter in size because of all of these photo cards. She is rather large now as well, but there's still plenty of room for it to grow. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope all of you are enjoying your holidays and or time off if you do have time off, as well as wishing you guys a happy New Year's, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.